Our first runner is ready to take on Tournament 28's first stage. This is BrayWyatt, back for his 4th appearance. Previously known as Caden ETN, he went out on the turret jumps in Tournament 27, and now he is the first person onto the dome steps. BrayWyatt gets through it very quickly. Now he is going to try the new version of the curtain slider. We had a version back in Tournament 12. This one has the grapple, and BrayWyatt has pulled it off. Now a brand new obstacle, the piano keys. This really tests your patience as a jumper. BrayWyatt is onto the 4th key, and he gets to the dismount. Now for the circle slider. This stage very different from Tournament 27, and BrayWyatt is making it look easy. Now for the crooked wall. Can he do it? He gets onto it, and he makes the dismount. BrayWyatt is onto the warped wall. Does not get up it in 1, but look at his time. He still has 41 seconds, tons of time. Not up it in 2. BrayWyatt on his 3rd attempt, he gets up it. And now for the flying chute, he sprints into it. BrayWyatt goes, and he gets a save jump. BrayWyatt with 2 save jumps. That second one was insane, and he makes it through the flying chute. Our first competitor of the tournament is onto the lumberjack climb. He's climbing up, taking his time, watching his feet, and BrayWyatt, he misses the last jump, but he gets to the top, and BrayWyatt is moving on to stage 2, our first runner of Tournament 28, clear stage 1 with 9.8 seconds left. That is an amazing start to Tournament 28. Hello and welcome to Halo Ninja Warrior Tournament 28. Despite the snow, things are already off to a hot start, as BrayWyatt was our first competitor to go and our first jumper to clear stage 1. Now 99 more competitors will be taking their shot at the 4-stage obstacle course here in the 3rd Halo Infinite tournament. And a total victory is the Christmas miracle that our jumpers are wishing for.
I'm very proud of Caden and his results thus far. The newer jumpers have been taken off, and I hope to see more of the newer jumpers clearing, including myself. And hopefully we can see more of the older veterans clearing that haven't cleared in a while.
It's interesting. This course has been practiced a lot by a lot of people, and a lot of jumpers are worried it's very difficult. But Caden, right out of the gates, first ever clear on this stage, gives a lot of hope for a very exciting tournament. I'm very curious how this is going to play out. We got a lot of up and coming jumpers that haven't cleared yet that are really good, and I think we're going to have a diverse set of jumpers clearing this tournament, and I think it makes a good tournament. Looking forward to it.
Payrise 2 cents now has to follow up Caden's run, our second competitor of the tournament. And oh no, he is out on the first jump. We just had the 2 biggest extremes. A stage 1 clear, and then a first jump failure. Now we are on to JoeDuhBear. Let's see how he fares against the dome steps. I guess technically, you know, a dome is more of a sphere, you would think, right? Not just a, I don't even know what you would call this type of shape. A quarter circle. But that just doesn't roll off the tongue. So the dome steps, that's what Sasuke calls it. That's what we call it. Or at least that's how America translated what Sasuke called it. Regardless, JoeDuhBear is through it. Now he is onto the curtain slider. And, oh, his grapple disappears, but he still flies. And the piano keys, JoeDuhBear. He is taking his time on this course right now. He is onto the 2nd key, and he jumps really early, gets a weird jump, and he just mistimed it anyway, so that was all around bad. Well, in the last tournament, 14 competitors managed to defeat stage 1, but shockingly, the reigning grand champion Fireball failed the first stage for his first time since tournament 13. But on the second stage, the results were seemingly upside down, as 3 of the 4 who cleared it were doing so for their first time, while veteran after veteran went out on stage 2. On stage 3, we saw Tricky Cyrus, Free MMO Direct, and Joey Davis get past the ultra crazy cliffhanger, with Joey going on to finish in first place, failing the final obstacle of Stage 3, the Rapid Repulse.
Well, I'm very excited to go into this tournament, and I want to see someone get to the final stage. I mean, that would be very impressive, regardless of who gets there. And I'd like to see a total victory because it's a very Christmassy tournament, and just seeing a total victory from someone would be the perfect Christmas gift. And I wish everyone the best of luck, and I hope we have some good results in this tournament.
Well, maybe we can get a good result out of last tournament's first place newcomer. This is TheWorkerOfMeme. Now, last tournament, he was actually the only newcomer in the entire tournament who managed to defeat the Crooked Wall. And he makes quick work of the dome steps. Tournament 27 actually had the most returning competitors Halo Ninja Warrior has ever seen, so the newcomer pool was slightly limited. However, TheWorkerOfMeme definitely stood out. Now he's on the piano keys. No, I thought he had the flying chute last time too. He just completely botched his save jump, but he had a good chance of defeating it. Now he is on to the circle slider. Let's see how he does. He's gonna get some momentum with a quick turn. It's like ump double ump in Tournament 18 all over again. TheWorkerOfMeme is onto the crooked wall. He got it last tournament, and he is on to the pole, and he makes the dismount. TheWorkerOfMeme onto the warped wall. He's up and in one, and with 36 seconds left, plenty of time, onto the obstacle that took him out last tournament. TheWorkerOfMeme has got the save jump. He does not mess it up this time, and he is on to the lumberjack climb. TheWorkerOfMeme runner number 4 makes a mistake, but he saves it. Wow, that was a clutch save from TheWorkerOfMeme. And he is still climbing. TheWorkerOfMeme makes it to the top, and he is going on to stage 2. 2 clears out of our first 4 runners of Tournament 28. This is an immaculate start to the tournament, and very awesome to see this competitor on his second appearance improve from his newcomer performance, and you can tell the crowd is loving that result. TheWorkerOfMeme is our second competitor, advancing to stage 2.
Okay, it's a cold tournament. I don't know if we can even feel the temperature of the water if we fall in through the Spartan armor, but that doesn't really matter. I think everyone's just hoping for a good tournament. Everyone's hoping to do good as usual, and the time of year is just adding a little bit extra motivation to that. And we've already seen it, and let's hope we can see even more of it.
Well, our next chance for that is ElBookerTaco, back for his 7th appearance. In the last tournament, he went out on the turret jumps of stage 1. And today, Booker rocking the energy sword. I love to see it. He is going through the dome steps at a pretty reasonable pace, and he is on to the curtain slider. Booker, with a nice slide up, gets the grapple. He grapples the ball, and he launches his way deep down to the dismount platform. Now he is on to the piano keys. Goes for the second one. BookerTaco jumps a little too early, and he slides off of the second key. Very tricky obstacle right there. It was tricky for Hurt Orange as well, as he kind of skipped off the second key. His timing looked good. Then we had Poppy Garcia just come up short of the grapple, as did Mardestroyer. And JXO15 fared no better. It's very tricky getting high enough to grab that grapple, so that obstacle already doing some damage. Next up, we have KFly2K back for his second appearance. In the last tournament, he was the first runner to go, and he went out on the crooked wall. Now he is an early contender for Spartan appearance of the tournament. I was really hoping people would show up with some winter spirit with their Spartans, and KFly is delivering right now. Look at those antlers. He's onto the piano keys. Pretty impressive run from KFly last tournament, being the first competitor to go. He was a newcomer. Caden, also the first competitor to go, he cleared, but Caden, not a newcomer, so it's very difficult for a newcomer wearing number 1 to do well. KFly got pretty deep into stage 1, and he's doing so again right now. He comes up short of the circle slider. He was doing great up until then. He does not get his rematch with the crooked wall. Now we are on to Wild Sasuke 67. In the last tournament, he had a very unfortunate run on the step slider as he hit his head on the pole that held the grapple. Now he is very low on that first dome step, but he climbs back up. Now he's taking them one at a time. Wild Sasuke, he is through the dome steps and onto the curtain slider. He goes for it, gets that grapple, and Wild Sasuke launches his way over to the piano keys. Let's see how he does. He's got the first. He's got the second. His Spartan even looks like the obstacle. Look at them colors. He matches perfectly. Wild Sasuke is through the piano keys and onto the obstacle. K-Fly just failed. Can he pull it off? He stops on the first one. Doesn't get much of a run-up, and Wild Sasuke is out on the circle slider. Back-to-back competitors going out on the fourth obstacle. So that brings us on to competitor number 12. It is Elite MKB, back for his 11th appearance. This veteran of the course had a kind of early exit last tournament. Going out on the gear grind, I think most people thought Elite could do a little bit better than that. But, you know, we all love watching Elite return to jumping. He was gone for a long time, and he's hosting his own tournament now, the Elite Challenge. Please check it out. It's a very fun course. Elite right now on to the curtain slider, and he does improve over his Tournament 27 performance, so that's nice. Elite with a awkward jump back there. He startled himself setting up for the piano keys. He's on to the third one. Elite, he goes for the fourth one a little early. He slides. Oh my goodness, what just happened to Elite right there? He almost saved it. He kind of went early here. Let's look at this. He goes a little early. He's sliding off, and he gets a save jump and almost pulls off an incredible save, but he couldn't get another jump.
Oh my god, I thought he
I knew I went too early on that last one.
That would have been the greatest save of all time.
Oh,
Jesus.
Man.
You know, what Joey just said has me thinking, what are the greatest saves of all time on Halo Ninja Warrior? If you can think of one, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. Now also, if you want to make your own memorable runs on Halo Ninja Warrior, you are going to need some practice. The all-new HNW Training Gym is now available. It's public on my files on Halo Infinite. So load up the game, go to my files, bookmark it today. It has every obstacle that's going to be in the next Halo Ninja Warrior tournament, and it's got some other previous tournament obstacles as well that you can have some fun with. But I highly recommend checking it out and putting in some practice. That way you can put your best foot forward for any future tournaments. Now let's see if HiImGxlactic has been practicing. This is his third appearance. In the last tournament, he went out on the gear grind. As a newcomer, he failed the first obstacle of stage 1. So let's see if today, maybe he can reach obstacle 3. Right now, he's got pretty decent pace on the dome steps. He makes it through. Now for the curtain slider. Can Galactic pull it off? He's got a spot to line it up. He goes for it. He gets nice and high on the wall, and he's got the green ball. He is through the curtain slider and onto the piano keys. It is a personal best for Galactic. All right, he's got some pretty good timing right here on the piano keys. He's got the fourth one, and he goes right for the dismount. Now he is on to the circle slider. Galactic gets onto it. He is going to get behind the pole. He's going to try to build some momentum. He goes for it. He jumps early. Galactic comes up short of the second ring. Still a personal best for the third-time competitor. Next up, we had Turbonisse, who actually got the grapple but missed it a couple times. Then it was Rynn, who did not have nearly enough momentum on the circle slider. BOOTSandCATS completely overshot the first key of the piano keys. JBDDBJ, very symmetrical name there, couldn't even get to the first step. Neither could Ization123. And then we had Burning Drummer, who got so close to reaching the grapple, just couldn't quite grab it. Now let's move on to JSTUD Roblox, back for his second appearance. As a newcomer in the last tournament, he failed the dismount of the jump hang kai. That's always one of the most heartbreaking ways to go out on that obstacle. You've already done the hard part, and then you fail the dismount. JSTUD right now taking on the dome steps. He's also got his sword out. He is through the first obstacle and on to the curtain slider. He's going to get a big run up. He goes for it. He's got the grapple. Oh no, he misses the grapple, and JSTUD is out on the curtain slider. Look at how close he was here. He grapples just underneath the ball. If he had aimed 1 degree higher, he would have nailed it. That is a shame, but it just shows you how small of a window there is there to actually grapple that ball. Now we are on to GamingBrando. In the last tournament, he was a crooked wall victim. Today, he makes his 4th appearance, starting off with the dome steps. Turning pretty quickly, getting these jumps very fast, and GamingBrando is through the dome steps. Can he get the curtain slider? It has been doing a lot of damage. He gets the grapple, and he's got the ball and the dismount. Now for the piano keys. GamingBrando. He's jumping for the 3rd one. He gets it. One more. He goes right for the dismount, and GamingBrando is through the piano keys onto the circle slider. He's going to go full momentum. GamingBrando. Yes, he's got it. He is onto the crooked wall. This is where he failed in the last tournament. GamingBrando, he comes up short again, and 2 tournaments in a row. GamingBrando is out on the crooked wall. Look at how close he was here. His shin caught it. If he had toes on his knees, I think he would have been able to crawl up there. But unfortunately, GamingBrando cannot get over the crooked wall hump. Now we are moving on to BubbaAce. His 9th appearance. BubbaAce in the last tournament failed the turret jumps. He got to the 2nd turret, but could not get a good enough jump to reach the 3rd. Now BubbaAce almost blending in with these dome steps right here. The host of Ninja Warrior of Roblox. Go check out his channel. All right, he's taking his time setting up for the curtain slider. He goes for it. He's kind of low, but he still gets it. Wow, that was impressive from Bubba. I thought he might come up short of the grapple. Now for the piano keys. He's onto the 2nd. He's got the 3rd. BubbaAce, one more. Oh, he stays on it. Okay, a little risky there, but he is able to pull through. Now it is time for the circle slider. Bubba taking his time setting up for these obstacles. He might need this time later. Okay, he's gonna go full momentum. Oh, he comes up short of the 2nd ring on the circle slider. Still an improvement from last tournament.
That was the goal. That was the goal. Good run, Bubba. If I failed early into that, I would have hit myself. I would have hit my left kneecap with a hammer. But since I got to that obstacle, I have no regrets.
Okay, I'm gonna recommend nobody hits their kneecaps with any hammers based on any Halo Ninja Warrior results. Please don't let that happen. Next up, we've got Mickey Cop 8 coming to us from Serbia, and look at him racing through the dome steps. That's about as fast as you can do it right there. He is not going to slow down going into the curtain slider, just gets the grapple, and he makes the dismount with a nice slide there for style. Mickey Cop onto the piano keys. Whoa, he just stayed on that first one and drifted into the water. That looked weird. But anyways, that's a piano keys failure. Now let's move on to Shadowrun 132. And the last time we saw him actually was in Tournament 25 when he failed on the TIE Fighter. He feels like someone who's competed more on Halo Ninja Warrior. I didn't think this was only a 2nd appearance, but here we go. He gets through the dome steps very quickly, and now he is on to the curtain slider. Look at that. That's a great jump and a great grapple. Shadowrun jumping his way over to the piano keys. The timing there was perfect. He's got the 2nd key. He's got the 3rd. And the 4th. There he goes. All right, let's see if he can pull off the circle slider. It's been pretty difficult for the last few competitors. He gets the 2nd one, but he gets a slide. And he comes up short. A slide on that obstacle will ruin any chance you have at defeating it. Now we're going to join Disappoint in progress as he goes for the grapple, and he is through the curtain slider. In the last tournament, he went out on the flying chute. Right now, he is on to the piano keys. Making his 3rd appearance today. Another PC competitor enjoying his ability to compete via Halo Infinite. Now it is his turn for the circle slider. He is going to stop on the first one. He's going to do the worker of meme technique. It seems to work well for that mouse and keyboard lifestyle. You can turn that mouse really fast. He goes right for the crooked wall, barely gets it, but he's got the dismount. Now for the warped wall. He's going to stay on the right side. Interesting technique. Disappoint onto the flying chute. This is where he failed last tournament, but he gets a save jump this time, and he goes for the dismount. Disappoint is on to the lumberjack climb. He still has 25 seconds, plenty of time. Look at him go. He is looking so smooth. And on his third appearance, Disappoint is moving on to stage 2.
Let's go.
Let's go. Eat and not disappoint.
How are you so bad at my last obstacles? Then you just literally got the lumberjack climb in like 4 seconds. Like, honest question.
I don't know.
Way to go, Disappoint. And with our fastest time so far, he is our third competitor moving on to stage 2. And now it's time to take a look at the current Infinite All-Star projections. Right now, our front runners are Joey Davis, Free MMO Direct, and Fireball. Now, despite Fireball's failure last tournament, he's still the reigning grand champion, and he has more first-place finishes than any other competitor. However, his performance this tournament is crucial to his campaign for becoming a 2-time All-Star. The other competitors in the running are Tricky Cyrus, EternalFlame, Patty Freakin, Spenny37, Atlantic Champ, and GoTanks. All of those competitors have either reached stage 3 or they made it to stage 2 in both of the first 2 Halo Infinite tournaments. We also have some competitors who are trending in the right direction, like Cobra, Vulcan, and Hunter Unit 751. All of them failed stage 1 in tournament 26, but they all managed to bounce back and get deep into stage 2 in the last tournament. Now, the first group of Infinite All-Stars is going to be announced at the end of tournament 29, so anything is still possible, but our competitors must perform well if they wish to achieve All-Star status. Unfortunately, our next couple competitors are not in the running for Infinite All-Star status. We had ethicalnuke, who could not reach the grapple. And then we had one of my favorite runs so far. So this is Mr. Diddles, slightly concerning gamertag. Now he somehow grappled and got on top of the green ball, which I'm gonna allow it for him, but moving forward, nobody else is allowed to do that. I'm disqualifying that technique. He did end up failing the piano keys, but that was quite an entertaining way to pull off the curtain slider. Now we're moving on to DeMi GoDz. In the last tournament, he failed the jump hang Kai, and today he's making his 10th appearance. Can't believe Demi is on appearance number 10. It's always the random competitors like that who you realize have been around for quite a while, and it's a joy to see. So DeMi GoDz, he's never cleared stage 1, but maybe he just needed some snow in his shoes to get through. All right, he gets a nice low grapple, and he makes it onto the piano keys. DeMi GoDz, Deej as I like to call him. Staying on these keys the proper amount of time, and look at him go. He is through the piano keys and onto the circle slider. He's gonna melee the ground. If that doesn't send a message, I don't know what does. He stops on the first ring. It looks like he's gonna try to get behind the pole a little bit. Oh, and then he steps away from it. He completely wasted his time there. DeMi GoDz comes up short of the second ring on the circle slider, and his 10th appearance comes to an end. Now we're on to JunSatoCyan, back for his 3rd appearance in the last tournament. He just somehow did not grab the second turret on the turret jumps. Let's see what he's got in store for us today. So far, looking good on the dome steps. All right, can JunSato pull off the curtain slider? He goes for it. Oh, he goes really slow. He barely gets it, and he grapples really low as well. But JunSato is on to the piano keys. Jumps a little early, but still manages to stick onto that second one. Good timing on the third, and great for the fourth. He is through the piano keys and onto the circle slider. He is also meleeing, maybe because he couldn't get up that step. JunSato, he goes for it. He's got the first ring. He's got the second. He goes for a save jump. Oh, he sticks it. Wow, okay, that's a lot of save jumps on one ring. All right, he's got a tough jump ahead of him. JunSato, he goes for it. And oh no, he comes up short. JunSatoCyan is out on the circle slider after 16 save jumps on the second ring. Now Kyle Shambeg is on the course. He failed the crooked wall in the last tournament. Let's see how he does today. He's onto the piano keys. And, oh my goodness, what is he doing? Kyle Shambeg just full sends the piano keys. That's not even supposed to be possible, but he just did that. Nobody else has done that so far. That was very risky and very impressive. And look at that. He is through the circle slider. Now the obstacle that he failed last tournament. He goes for it, and KendalxMC is out again on the crooked wall. But oh my goodness, we need to look at this piano keys technique again. He timed it perfectly to where he could just full send it. That is so risky, but so impressive. It's just a shame that he did all of that just to fail the same obstacle that he failed last time. But still, what a memorable run from KendalxMC. After that, we had Rynn, who, like a couple others have, failed the first jump of the dome steps, and then JBDDBJ failed jumping to the second step, didn't have enough momentum. JunSatoCyan managed to get the grapple, and then grappled the pole and hit his head on the green ball, falling into the water. Then Rocket Guy rocketed his way up to the grapple, couldn't get the ball. Andrea Cal 2060 couldn't get the grapple. Lucas mistimed the piano keys. Then we had RG O S Oul, who just went out on the curtain slider. And the Chin Rocka had one of the most unfortunate failures so far, missing the dismount platform on the dome steps. That brings us on to CaptainJesse, another newcomer. Let's see how this big, beefy green Spartan can do today. Right now, a very nice, slow and steady approach to the dome steps. And CaptainJesse is through it. Let's see if he can pull off the curtain slider. It has been a newcomer killer so far. Oh, he gets it. He grapples, and CaptainJesse is through it. That looked very sketchy, but he pulls it off. Now for the piano keys. He is waiting a long time, making sure he gets the timing just right. He's on to the second. On to the third with a little walking around. CaptainJesse, wow, not the cleanest, but he's through it. Now it is time for the obstacle that I don't think any newcomer has gotten by this so far. CaptainJesse's gonna back up. He goes for it and comes up well short of the second ring on the circle slider. Very tough obstacle there for the newcomers. Now we are moving on to Super Ninja Jake, the veteran, making his 6th appearance today. He went out on the crooked wall last tournament, and he was not happy about it. Let's see how he does today. Super Ninja Jake racing through the dome steps. He's defeated this stage in the past. He would love to do so again. Hasn't done it on Halo Infinite yet. Now it's time for the piano keys. On to the first. He's got the second. He's got the third. One more. Super Ninja Jake is through the piano keys. Now he is on to the circle slider. Let's see if he can get the momentum. He's going for it. And Super Ninja Jake with a save jump on the last ring. Good technique right there. And he is on to his nemesis, the crooked wall. He goes for it. Super Ninja Jake is out on the crooked wall for the second tournament in a row.
Why did it have to be the crooked wall again?
Yeah, but to be fair, Jake, the rings are pretty fucking hard, so...
I don't give a shit about the rings. That is my, 8th time failing the crooked wall across all courses.
At least we know how Super Ninja Jake feels. But anyway, our next competitor, kind of similar trajectory as Super Ninja Jake. This is SunnysideSplash. Now for the flying shoot. Sunny goes for it. He jumps. Sunny gets a safe jump, but he can't make it back. And SunnysideSplash is out on stage 1 for the second time in a row. Yeah, so let's take a look at it. Super Ninja Jake, SunnysideSplash, both had 2 stage 1 clears on Halo 5 towards the end, and both have not cleared stage 1 on Halo Infinite so far. SunnysideSplash getting through the dome steps. His tournament 26 failure was quite heartbreaking, going out on the Bridge of Blades. I don't think anyone saw that one coming, but SunnysideSplash is through the first 2 obstacles of this stage 1, looking good so far. Now it's time for the piano keys. Again, look at the patience on these jumpers. You can tell the experienced jumpers know exactly when to go for it, and he gets right off of that 4th key and makes it onto the circle slider. He is going to take the slower approach here. He's going to get really far back, stay behind the pole. SunnysideSplash. He is jumping across, and he is through the circle slider. Now it is time for the crooked wall. SunnysideSplash is onto it. He gets a save jump, and he is through the crooked wall onto the warped wall. Not up it in 1. 31 seconds left. He still has time. He's up it in 2. Now time for the flying shoot. Can he do it? SunnysideSplash goes for it. He gets a great jump and a save jump, and SunnysideSplash is moving on to the lumberjack climb. He has 16 seconds. Should be plenty of time if he doesn't make a mistake. He's climbing. Nice, slow, steady approach. No mistakes so far. Oh, he's looking a little sketchy, but he gets it. And SunnysideSplash is moving on to stage 2.
Let's go, Sunny.
Wow. I was not expecting that. No way.
Go, Sunny.
Damn.
Welcome back, dude.
That is a huge bounce back performance from SunnysideSplash, and he is our 4th jumper moving on to stage 2. That brings us on to Volcanic Crowd, back for his 15th appearance. He had a fun run last tournament. He tries to get up in 1, but he cannot. Now for his 2nd attempt, Volcanic, he goes flying off the side of the warped wall. Volcanic Crowd, an absolutely terrible mistake there. It's one thing to time out on the warped wall. It's a whole nother to just go flying off the side. You don't see that very often. Volcanic Crowd coming to us from Taiwan. Impressive that he's been around 15 tournaments. He does have multiple stage 1 clears on Halo Ninja Warrior. Him and Avows the Samurai back in Tournament 22 set the record for most appearances before getting their first ever stage 1 clear. And now he is on the curtain slider, gets a great grapple, and he's moving on to the piano keys. I want to see him get back to that warped wall. I want him to get his revenge. Oh, what's he doing? A save jump? No, Volcanic Crowd is out on the piano keys. A heartbreakingly early exit from Volcanic. He took a save jump there. You just cannot get away with save jumps on the piano keys. And that is his 4th consecutive stage 1 failure. After that, we had Slothful Word went out on the curtain slider. KendalxMC could not get to the 2nd dome step. Halo Man got the grapple, hit the ball with his head, like we've seen a couple other competitors do, and then Green Ship could not reach the grapple hook. And that brings us on to the first of a special group of competitors participating in Tournament 28. Moves around quite a bit. Going for the 3rd rock. He's got it. Oh, he almost walks off, but he doesn't. And he is going back to stage 2 with 18 seconds left on the clock. So yeah, while I was gone for 6 months, I hosted a special tournament called HNW The Rock. It was a simpler course designed to match the skill level of people who don't play Halo a lot. So now, some of those competitors are here today to participate in Tournament 28. DChanAF, the first of those, he actually cleared stage 1 in both of the first 2 tournaments at The Rock, and then failed stage 1 the next 2 times. But he is through the dome steps and now on to the curtain slider. DChanAF, he's looking at that grapple, trying to get the jump lined up. He goes for it. Oh, I don't know if he sprinted. Oh, not enough speed, not enough momentum. And our first The Rock competitor is out on the 2nd obstacle. That brings us on to Halo Fan, back for his 4th appearance. In the last tournament, he was running out of time on the warped wall and then refusing to let the clock run out. He just ran and jumped into the water. Now let's see how Halo Fan does today. Hops through the dome steps very quickly. Now it is time for the curtain slider. He's got the grapple, looking really good. You know, that light blue color just blends in so well with this tournament. The whole wintry theme, those cool colors. He looks icy. All right, he is through the piano keys onto the circle slider. Look at that momentum. Halo Fan is through it nice and clean and onto the crooked wall. He shoots at it. All right, he goes for it. Halo Fan, full momentum, is through the crooked wall for the 2nd tournament in a row. Now can he get up the warped wall? He could not get up this last tournament. Will today be different? Halo Fan, yes, he's up and in 2. And now he is on to the flying shoot. He jumps into it. He goes for it. Halo Fan overshoots it. And shockingly, that is actually our first flying shoot failure of the tournament. But I thought he timed the jump pretty decently. Oh, he crouches right there and that lifts his feet up over the bar. If he doesn't crouch, I think he snags that.
Frick, I flew over.
Too much sand.
I didn't I'd blow past. I thought I'd just slightly overshoot and be able to safe jump.
Yeah. Still good run, man.
Okay, I tied for my best.
Such a close call for Halo fan. But that brings us on to a competitor who had a huge breakout in the last tournament. He still has all the time in the world. EternalFlame is climbing fast, and he is our first competitor to move on to Stage 2 in Tournament 27. I love when competitors defy the odds. First person to clear Stage 1 last tournament, clearing for his first time, and he winds up with the fastest time on Stage 1. That's pretty impressive, and he's already off to a fast start here on this first stage. On to... Whoa, what a late jump he got right there. EternalFlame running off the end of that platform in a way we haven't seen any other competitor do. Hey, let's see if he can do the Kyle Shanbeg technique. No, he's going to go slow. Oh, that would have gotten him fastest time. If you can pull off Kyle Shanbeg's piano keys technique, that's the key to getting the fastest time here. But EternalFlame, a clear, regardless of the time left on the clock, would be a great sight to see. He's moving through this course, though, onto the crooked wall. EternalFlame, he goes for it, and EternalFlame is through the crooked wall onto the warped wall. Up and in one. EternalFlame looking really good right now. Time for the flying shoot. He gets a jump, and what in the world was that? What did he just save jump off of? He got lifted up by Jesus, and now he is on to the lumberjack climb. Already made a mistake, but he's doing well. Look at that EternalFlame. I don't know what I just witnessed. We need to go take a look at that flying shoot debacle. So he goes into it, jumps. Is it the ice? Does he jump off the ice? Is that what just happened? I don't even know how to explain that. You should not be able to get a safe jump that low, but that gift allowed Eternal to move on to Stage 2.
What a safe jump and a half roll.
That's the greatest thing
came down from above and lifted you up. That was insane.
I can't wait to see that.
Holy run, dude. From the second obstacle to the flying shoot. That was nuts.
I don't think I've ever seen a save jump that insane.
I'm glad I'm not the only one losing my mind about that save jump. But EternalFlame with his second Stage 1 clear in a row. That is our 5th clear of the tournament so far. And we're not even halfway through Stage 1.
Let's go. You got it, man.
Here we go, Umper. Here we go. Here we go, Umper. Here we go. Dawn.
Next up is the Xbox One All-Star, Double Ump. Ump's jumping career goes all the way back to the days of Spartan Warrior on Halo 3. Through his longevity, he earned his title as the godfather of Halo jumping, and he has had highs and lows on Halo Ninja Warrior. After starting his career with 5 Stage 1 failures, he broke out on the Master Chief Collection, reaching the 3rd stage 3 times. He continued that success early on Halo 5 as well, as he was the first competitor to reach the final stage on Halo 5 in Tournament 18. After reaching Stage 3 in all of the first 3 Halo 5 tournaments, Ump lost his streak in Tournament 20 when he failed the Dragon Glider. After that, Ump took a hiatus from the course and didn't return until Tournament 25 when he failed the Crooked Wall. He then missed the first Halo Infinite tournament, but returned in Tournament 27 where he failed the Flying Shoot. Now, Ump will have a chance at revenge on both of the last 2 obstacles that took him out, as he tries to clear Stage 1 for his first time in over 6 years. Now, I guess technically he did get his revenge on the Crooked Wall in the last tournament. However, you know, today he can do both. Let's see if he can pull them both off and finally get back to Stage 2. He gets through the dome steps very quickly. Now for the curtain slider, Double Ump. He's got the grapple. I feel like he dropped so fast there, but he launches high into the sky. He almost blends in that blue Spartan. Double Ump getting pretty far forward on these piano keys. But he makes it through. Now it is time for the circle slider. Ump into the first one. Oh, he has to do a save jump on the second one. Can he get the momentum here? Is he going to try to tournament 18 this? Yes. Wow, that's pretty close. Ump double up with an amazing save jump, and he is through the circle slider. Avoids a potential disaster there. Now the crooked wall. Tripping over my words now. Ump double up is through it, and he is onto the warped wall. Not up and in 1, but he still has time. He's up and in 2. 30 seconds left. Ump double ump. It's time for the flying shoot. This is where he failed in the last tournament. 23 seconds. He sprints into it. He jumps, and Ump double up has a save jump. A couple save jumps, and he is through the flying shoot. Ump is on to the last obstacle of stage 1. Can he pull it off? The clock is ticking. The klaxon is sounding. Ump is going slow and steady, but he reaches the top, and Ump double ump is finally going back to stage 2. The crowd is loving it, and with 2.1 seconds left, the ump drought is finally over. He has done it. He has gotten back to his old ways of defeating stage 1, and that is our 6th competitor already moving on to stage 2 in Tournament 28. In the history of this course, 6 clears out of the first 50 runners is the most we've ever seen in any 100 competitor tournament. So far, 3 of our jumpers moving on to stage 2 are doing so for their first time, while the other 3 have all seen it before. Still, with 50 more runners to go, this holiday season could see a wealth of success on this stage, so make sure you subscribe to this channel, that way you don't miss the next episode. Also, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and a comment down below. I'll really appreciate that. And if you want to compete in a future tournament, just message me, Smokey Massacre, on Xbox Live. Now I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And as always, I will see you next time on Halo Ninja Warrior.